and I do apologize for the delay today in getting this video live to you. Had a couple technical difficulties with my laptop, so I decided to do it on my phone. So anyway, thank you again for joining. So today is all about rituals and some of the rituals that I've used my whole life and the absolute benefit by having those rituals. So I just want to ask you, just wait for a couple more people to join in. So as people do join in, I'd really love if you can put down in the comment field, hey Jody, whereabouts you from, Julie, sorry, whereabouts you from in this beautiful world, because we have viewers from all over this wonderful global community. Place where you're from, and if you have any questions or comments on some of the things that I'm sharing, or if you have any just questions about rituals in general as well, I'd appreciate that as well. So where do we start? Okay, so I'm sure that many of you have got big dreams and big goals, and you might have had them from when you were a tiny little girl, and sometimes you question, why haven't you achieved those goals? Maybe there's some sort of fear, or, fear of not being good enough, or fear of what everyone else says, or some sort of fear that could be holding you back, or some sort of pattern that you've had. So something's happened sometime in your life, and every time you're faced with that, you've got this fear and this doubt, and, it really affects your self-esteem. Well, let me tell you that rituals is the thing that absolutely helps you, builds confidence, helps you be so certain. Hey, Joanne from New Zealand, please put down where you're from. Hey, Jason. And so rituals actually makes you bulletproof, gives you confidence so that when you walk in a room, people stand up and they notice. It helps you be so confident and bulletproof that people stop and they listen and they respect your opinion. Hey, Lisa. So it is totally worth doing every single day. Hey, Darlene, you on again? Yay. And it doesn't need to take a whole time as well. Like Tony Robbins is one of my great mentors, and he calls it the hour of power. It does not need to take an hour. But let me tell you, if you're doing an hour of power every single day, you'd be bulletproof for sure. It just allows you to walk in confident, so certain, like you've got $5 million in your back pocket and that you deserve to be in those places. So sometimes I've had the opportunity where I've been with the products that we've developed and been in a situation where I've been like in the Shark Tank. I've had investors there, I've had, angel investors, and I've had to actually share with them my idea and my product in the hope that I could get some sort of finance and backing behind what I was doing so that the operation could continue. Let me tell you, many years ago, it's a pipeline dream. And for many of you, I can just imagine, hey, Lloyd, that is just such an amazing opportunity. But then perhaps your little voice in your head, whatever name you want to call it, could actually slow you down and cause you to go, oh my goodness, I can't attend this meeting. But what if you could just walk in and just realize that they're just ordinary people, and without you sharing your great value or your great product that you offer, many other people's lives could be affected. So you got to get over yourself and realize it's not about you. It is always about others. So, and remember, in order to do that, you need to know that you're good enough. And sometimes, we can tell ourselves we're not good enough. We can look in the mirror, we can see all of our imperfections. But what if, hey Jimmy, congratulations on your great fight on the weekend as well. So impressed. But what if you could just look in the mirror, instead of looking at your imperfections, see your perfections? And the only way that you can really do that is be confident and actually work on yourself daily. So just recently, and I'm not going to tell you that by doing this that things aren't going to happen, because in life we are continually learning, and progress is, as long as you can focus on the progress and not the goal, and tell yourself, oh my goodness, I'm not good enough, I haven't achieved this yet, blah, 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 and your little head kicks in. But focus on the progress that you've made and the wins that you've won each in every single day. Because I know mums, even getting your kids to school on time can be a win, and we don't see that as a win. But what if we could? Hey Phil, what if we could see that as a win and really just focus and celebrate on that instead of focusing on all the things that we're not good at? Let's start thinking about the things that we are good at. So recently my energy has just been depleted because I coach a lot of people and they have, many issues, and I absolutely love helping them. But for all you empaths out there, I'm sure you get it. Sometimes you can take on energy and you don't clear it properly, and it can really start to drag you down. And then you can really start to question your own abilities. Question what you're doing. I know recently for myself, I'm like, what on earth am I doing? What's this 11 years been about, being an entrepreneur? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Who's listening to me anyway? And my little voice started kicking in. But it's my rituals, my consistent use of my rituals that I do every single day that's helped me stay in this high energy state. And just to accept that, when I'm not feeling so great, if I've got a virus, if my energy is low, just to accept that I'm human, just like you guys. We all have days like that. We all have obstacles that come up. But remember, nothing has meaning except the meaning that we give it. So even during these times, if we can focus on the outcome we want, so if we're feeling yucky, we know it's not going to be forever that you're going to continue to feel yucky, because you know yourself and you know what you need to do to nourish your body to bring your energy back up. Yes, that's right, Darlene. Soaking up all the emotions just like a sponge. Yes, that's what us empaths do. But we focus, poor network connection, it's just kicked in. Sorry about that, everyone. Hopefully it'll be right soon. If we can focus on the outcome that we want, then we're one step ahead. So, and who you surround yourself with can absolutely determine that as well. Because if you're with people that are naysayers, that are going to pull you down and drag you down and say, why are you doing that? It's so not worth it, blah, blah, blah. You start actually believing that. I try not to actually watch TV, the news in particular, because there's so much negativity in there. They don't report on good stuff. Or very rarely. And so being in that state, in that negative environment, what does that do for your emotions? What does that do for your energy? So here's some rituals that I do most every single day that really helps me feel bulletproof no matter what's coming my way. And let me tell you that for those people that are going through some stuff right now, if you focus on that, that's what you're going to get more of, because the subconscious doesn't differentiate. But if you focus on the outcome you want to achieve, that's what you're going to get more of. And after perturbation, which is massive chaos, if you just hang on and don't give up just before the finish line, but continue and smash through, success is the only way. So recently I've been going through some stuff, and if I would have focused on, that, and just allowed my head to just kick in and, hey Abraham, and just kick in and just talk myself out of everything I've ever done, where would I be? But instead, boosted myself up, and I've had so many wins even just today, and on so many people that I've been able to assist with their health, with their mindset, and it's been just so worth it, absolutely worth it. So remember that we can also mimic our great leaders. So the Tony Robbins, the Lisa Nichols. If you're out there, Lisa, hello. David T.S. Wood, T. Harv Eker. These are some of the mentors. And if you can actually just think of some of the mentors that you love, or some of the people that, the traits that you really, really love. Hey, Phil, you're in Vietnam in the jungle. Wow. And you've got your e-Libra on. I'll share with the e-Libra in a little bit as well. That's amazing. See, globally, we're connected all around the world. It doesn't matter where we are. So what I want you to do is think of someone that you'd like to mimic. Because the thing is, with great leaders that are already successful, they've already done it. So what if we could actually analyze the traits that they have and then we can actually take on those traits and mimic those great leaders, we're halfway there. So when you think of the Tony Robbins of the world, or the Lisa Nichols, or whoever it is for you, what is it that they have? You know, so what if you can create some I am statements? So things like, I am unstoppable, I am motivating, I am inspiring, I am fit, I am toned, I am youthful, I am abundance, I've got an abundance of health and wealth, I'm influential, you know, any sort of traits like that, and you see yourself in a power pose, somewhere where you've been so proud of yourself in your life, and you can take yourself there. You see, hear, and feel as if you're already back there. You're standing in that power pose like, yes, I am influential. I am motivating. I lead, I don't follow. I create, I don't destroy. You know, these type of things. And the way that you can come up with those, oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, it dropped. Hopefully it's back on again. Sorry, Darlene. Yeah, if you can just pick up the attributes of what your great leaders have, and something that you'd love to actually also have, you're just going to tell yourself that in your power pose every single day. And guess what? The subconscious will send you more ways to actually attach that. And also, it will also send you coincidences where you meet people that are going to actually help bring out the best in you as well. So that's one thing. So I am statements. Another thing is think of when you're a little girl, or even a little person, or any stage through your life really, and I want you to think of 3 things. So I want you to write these down as well, these 3 points. So 3 things when you've been so proud of yourself, and take yourself there. So don't do it right now, but you know, in your own time, in the morning, is a really good time to do this, and see, hear, and feel yourself there. Whether it was, for me, one of the things that I focus on is one of the times when I won my first business award. I could not believe it, all these amazing people around me, and there's me, they've announced my name, and I've had to go up on the stage and win it. It was for international, it was a International Women's Award, so it was pretty amazing. So that was one thing. Another thing is when I conquered Kokoda Trail, where there was 144 SAS soldiers, 6 other Air Force colleagues that I went with, and myself, and I was the only female, and I carried a 25-kilo pack, and I was doubting myself the whole way. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, mentally, physically, spiritually. But guess what? Oh my God, I got through it. And I see that photo every single day. I see it in my mind when I crossed that, and I got that photo in front of that Kokoda sign, knowing how hard it was for me. You know, so that's, you know, something for an example, okay? So 3 things you're proud of, 3 things where you've been so happy. Take yourself there. You're allowed to do this. This is what is going to fill your cup up. Okay, so 3 things when you've been so happy, whether it's been the birth of one of your children, your wedding day, when you've met your partner, when you had a business opportunity where you succeeded, whatever it is for you. And I want you to think of 3 things during that time and take yourself there. So allow yourself to have the time, and as though you've got a helicopter and you're looking over the top, and there you are. You can see, hear, and you can feel all the emotions that you felt during that time and how happy you were. The next one is 3 things either that you're excited to do or you've been excited to do. So that's pretty powerful. So I remember for me, my first business class trip going to Tony Robbins last year was pretty phenomenal. I was pretty excited about the whole opportunity. So I take myself there, but there's 3 times. So you just, again, see yourself as though you're watching yourself being so excited. And the last thing is 3 things that just made you just laugh so much. There's so many things, and laughter is one of the best medicines, and if you can fill yourself up and just find yourself laughing each and every day, Hey Sheb, that is going to just really just change everything as well, and really, really work on your energy as well. So I remember sitting on the bank with my hubby having an ice block with our dog, our bull mastiff, and my bull mastiff is around here at the moment. Actually, she's like quite big, and we were sitting there enjoying the peace of serenity on the lake, and there were some ducks, and my little, or not little, Sunday, my big puppy actually saw the ducks, and you get it, she just took off. I was holding onto the lead and I went with her. It was just like, it must have looked so ridiculously funny, and I mean, you know, it was pretty embarrassing for me, but you know, it's one of those things that just lights me up straight away. So even when you're feeling yucky, just try to do this every single day, even when you can't, when you're not even sure about, you know, why you're doing it. Just think about what you're doing, and then remember your I am statements as well, and your power pose. And remember just how influential you are. And don't even, during this time, you are just focusing on, you know, you're not focusing on what's going on in the world around you, what is going on with your kids. You know, you're not focusing on what you haven't done right. You're focusing on what you have done right. Okay? And that's going to change your whole focus. All right, and also just mimicking your great leaders. Now, we know the power of watching motivational videos. One of the really good ones that I've found is called Goalcast videos. Oh, the stories are absolutely amazing. What if you could listen to those gorgeous videos, and they're just on Facebook as well, and they're very short, and you just listen to the stories and you see how inspiring they are, and what does that do for your energy? In comparison to watching the news, hey Tom, where, you know, someone's shooting someone, or there's an earthquake somewhere, or whatever. Do you know, we have things happen in our world all the time, and it's really unfortunate, and my heart goes out for all the people that have been affected by devastating news of late. And it continues to happen, but we never want to focus on things or be afraid that things are going to happen to us. We just want to focus on the present, on the now. Don't get too far ahead of ourselves, okay? You can obviously focus on the big goal, on where you want to go, like in your life, but don't focus on the blessed how it's going to happen. Just focus on where you want to go, and allow the coincidences to come in, because then you just, like I was talking to someone today about some of the phenomenal results that I've been helping people with their health, and it's just crazy. And I think, well, how do these people even contact me? How do they even know that I could help them? Because I haven't advertised that side of what I do at all. And it's just phenomenal because I don't have to do that. Does that make sense? Like, I'm actually helping people. I'm not even really charging very much, but because I am helping them on a massive scale, the universe has been rewarding me in a big way. Hey Jai, how are you? I hope your new place is just booming. Yeah, so the universe looks after you. So you just have to have the faith. Have faith that there is divine energy, whether it's from the universe, from God, or whatever it is. But what we can do is, our heart is 16 times more powerful than our brain. So if we could just remove the clutter, get out of the clutter, and just tune into our heart every single day. And by doing these simple things, it allows us to actually tune into the heart so that we can listen to our intuition, and we can hear, see, and feel what we need to. Because let me tell you, if I didn't do some of these things when our little guy had our incident, when he had the drowning incident, perhaps if I was too busy, perhaps if I was in my head, perhaps if I didn't listen and choose to actually listen to that intuition, perhaps you might not be with us right now. So I'm so blessed. I'm so passionate about this topic, and intuition is the way to go because it is so powerful. So that's some simple ways that we can do to actually tune into that and to give ourselves the space. And another thing is meditation as well. I do that every single day. I mix it up a little bit as well, but asking if I can share with what the win that I've had from the day before as well. That's pretty powerful. So instead of focusing on what I need to do for the day, what did I actually achieve yesterday that's getting me closer to my goal today or tomorrow? Yeah. So if it's, like you did something, you feel like you've contributed in some way, and you actually feel that you've fulfilled yourself, you're not feeling, oh my goodness, I'm hopeless, I haven't achieved anything today, blah, blah, blah. each and every single day, what if you could actually just think of what is it that what win did you have yesterday, even if it's hanging up the washing, and from last week's thing, you're hanging it up, upside down, crazy ways or whatever, you're not the perfectionist. Also gratitude. Everyone knows about gratitude. Now you can do this a number of different ways. I literally focus on 3 things that I'm grateful for, and it doesn't even need to be the now. It can be, one of the things that I focus on with this gratitude is my dear pop who has passed now. But I remember on my wedding day, his embrace and his kiss, and then he whispered into my ear just how proud he was of me and everything that I've achieved in this life so far. And that just meant the world to me. It's one of those things that, it's massive gratitude. So I see that every single day. And there's 3 things, they can be even like where we are on this gorgeous property. I've got gorgeous parrots and everything all around me. So when I'm cleaning my teeth in the morning, I've got this gorgeous window that actually looks out over into the hinterland, into our trees that are on our property, which we do have magical trees here. And I just feel so blessed. So each day you can just feel so grateful, but you can also take a gratitude diary as well and write it down. And what if you started a thing with if you've got children, that each night you sit around and you have your dinner and you share what is it that was not so great about your day, and then what was great about your day. And each person had an opportunity to write that down on just a little piece of paper. You can use different colored sheets and stuff like that. And you put it into a glass jar. And at the end of the year, you can go through that. You can spend the time going through and reading all those positive notes that you've got in there that you've created. So that's some things that we also want to acknowledge the challenges that we do have and not dismiss them and not brush them down, not push them down, but stop and actually feel, but understand that it's not going to be forever. But if you can actually feel the time that you're going through something, you'll be able to empathize and be more relatable with many, many other people as well. I hope that's helped. If anyone, we might do a thing on, how I find meditation or whatever next week. Hey, Brendan, how are you? But anyway, if anyone had any further questions, please pop them down below. And also please share something that, that you'd like me to talk about, because I'm going to try and offer this and offer immense value every single Wednesday at 5 p.m. I'm going to do a live. And, I'd like to do them on what you actually want to ask about in terms of life skills, motivation. Most of you know that my story and how I gave up my engineering and jumped into the unknown when my little boy had the drowning incident. I did not know what I was doing at all, but I chose to actually follow my heart. So if you tune into your heart every single day, that's going to be the thing that is going to help you achieve what you need to and help you remove the clutter from your head. Tune into your gifts, because we all have gifts inside. And before we go, I just want you to also, as part of your ritual every day, yes, when you're actually doing your rituals, your I am and I can statements, when you do it, when you use energy with it, it absolutely amplifies it as well. But another thing I want you to do is I want you to put your hand on your heart, because remember I told you how much more powerful your heart is than your brain, but sometimes we choose to focus on the brain, and the brain's the thing that's going to talk us out of everything. Have you ever noticed that when you get an opportunity and you're so excited about it and you can see it and you can see the dream and the goal actually happening, and then you go home and you think about it, it's because your brain has then talked you out of it. But what if you could keep in that high energy state and just tune into the heart and just do it anyway? You know what I mean? Like, just do it anyway and just see. And if it fails, it fails. But if you didn't try something, you'll never, ever know. So I'm just going to ask you to put your hand on your heart right now and feel it beating. And be so grateful for that heart, because the moment that you're here, you're still breathing, your heart is operating. So I want you to just think about a time where you're so grateful that your heart has led you to somewhere where you need to go. If you tune into your heart and you choose to listen and you choose to have the faith from the divine energy that flows through you and tunes straight into that heart, everything else is history. I'm Tam from Why You Can Too. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope that you found some benefit in these rituals, and I hope that you can start practicing. I would love for you guys to let me know when you start doing some of these little rituals, just to continue doing it for maybe 4 or 5 weeks, like I do it every single day. But after about 4 or 5 weeks, let me know what you notice that's different in your life just by doing those simple things. Remember, what we focus on expands, and nothing has meaning except the meaning that we give it. So thank you for allowing me to help you discover your why by deciding that you can, so you can live a life that you deserve. I look forward to seeing you next week, and again, please put any comments below. Bye for now.